give a little reflection here about the difference between nakedness without shame and shamelessness. It's a very, very important distinction. So Danielle was talking about the experience as the artist of being in a class where the model unveils, right?
Yes.
And share again what you were saying about the reverence that you felt.
Well, even in a secular university, when a model comes in and all these people are coming from all different backgrounds, they might not necessarily know that what they're experiencing is something so holy and reverent, both body and soul, an image of God. They experience it and see it and are struck into silence, into reverence, in a way that when I experienced it was so beautiful and brought me to tears that a room couldn't speak out loud. And we're just so concentrated on drawing this person and trying to find their form. But at the same time, it's not about the form. It's trying to capture the person, trying to capture the soul. That is the artist's intention. So
right there is what John Paul says is the distinction between a proper portrayal of nakedness in art and an improper one. Is the intention of the artist. If the intention of the artist is through the body to reveal the inner mystery of the person, then we have true art. But if through the portrayal of nakedness they're obscuring the person, we have pornography. So we could say, this is kind of a paraphrase of John Paul II's ideas, that maybe you've heard this said before, the problem with pornography is not that it shows too much of the person, but it shows too little. It portrays the body in such a way that the person is not revealed at all, but the person is obscured. So I'll tell a story. One time teaching one of my courses, John Paul II has a whole section on the difference between proper portrayal of nakedness in art and pornography. And he speaks of the distinction between nakedness without shame and shamelessness. Any guesses as to the difference? Danielle?
Naked without shame is seeing the other person in their fullness and their goodness, because there is no reason to find shame in that. And shamelessness is just the absence of shame, where you're able to work past, perhaps.
Well, so what is shame? Shame is manifested when our body is being looked at without respect for the dignity of the person. We rightly want to cover our bodies when we're not being properly seen, right? Nakedness without shame is, I know I'm naked, but I know I'm seen, and I know I'm reverenced. But shameless nakedness is, I know I'm not being seen, but I don't care. Right? So those who pose in pornography, they know they're putting their bodies out there as objects to be used, and so they're showing a shamelessness. Everybody hearing that distinction? So here's the student told me this story, and it always stayed with me. This is probably 12, 15 years ago. Teaching on this point, the student said, now this makes sense to me. She was an art student like you, and she was in a modeling class, a figure drawing class, and the model came in and dropped her robe before the students. But she noticed the blinds had not been pulled on the window, and she immediately put her robe back on. And she said, for all these years, I've been trying to figure out why did she do that? And she said, John Paul II gave me the understanding. When she came in and she dropped her robe to the students, she was not being shameless, because she was trusting the gaze of the students to see her rightly, right? But as soon as she realized her nakedness was exposed to an unknown audience, she immediately covered her body, manifesting a proper shame, or we would more rightly say a modesty, right? So the fact that she immediately covered herself when her body was exposed to an unknown audience demonstrates that when she disrobed, she was not being shameless. She was trusting in the gaze of the artist. And the artist, like you, Danielle, the artist's great gift is to give others the ability to see what they see. So continue to share a gift, Danielle. Continue to share a gift. This is how we change the world. We overcome evil with good, right? And we don't just wag our finger at pornography and say, bad, 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 bad. You're going to end in a Manichaean evaluation of the body then. What is bad about pornography is not that it shows naked bodies. The Sistine Chapel shows naked bodies. What is bad about pornography is the way in which it shows the naked body as an object, as a thing divorced from the dignity of the person. So this holy art like this is helping us reunite with the true nature and dignity of the person through the body. Bless you, Danielle.
Thank you.
You have a gift.